another job in preparation for the family visit at Christmas is getting this room ready, at least sleepable and livable for Rebecca, James and Zach, our eldest daughter. It was fine when we were living in here when we first moved in. It had a double glazing, which is why we chose this room to be a bit warmer. But as you can see, looking up to that in the morning, waking up to that view wasn't the best, not ideal. I can't expect the family to stay in here. So although I'm not going to tackle the walls this side of Christmas, I do want to get the ceiling done for them so that there's no mould present and it's prettier to look at. So the mop's out, the marigolds and the bleach in the water. I'm going to wash it off and see how it goes. Bit of deja vu like the bathroom ceiling here. But we'll see how we get on. As you can see, it's made a hell of a difference. Up here.
Oh yes, even I can see that with my eyesight.
But I'm thinking it's going so well that while I'm up here, I might just strip this wallpaper off and see what's going on underneath. I wasn't planning on decorating in here, but I could at least do this back wall where the bed's going to go for them. At least it'll be clean then as well. Just some lining paper maybe, all depending on what the wall's like underneath. So I need to get the wallpaper stripper out.
Strip off then, I'll leave it to you. But yeah, it made a massive difference, definitely. So that's just what thin bleach I'm guessing you're applying.
I've made a solution of sugar soap and some bleach as well.
Right.
And it's working really well.
And it's a lovely day outside, as everyone can now see, so smiles all round. Every time I stop work, I come up here and you're working. What are you trying to do to me?
Someone's got to.
Is that a nice job or a horrible job?
Usually a nice job is a bit dirty, and this paper's really thick because it's vinyl, so it's coming off in 2 layers.
So some of the rooms I've noticed we can have 3, 4, 5 layers maybe of wallpaper. How many in this one?
I think it was done recently. When I say recently,
you think the old owner had a go at trying to do a room?
I've only put 1 layer on this. I've done some plastering underneath, it's all fallen off.
Right. So you got to obviously fix that as well.
Yeah, clearly. You've got electrical conduit up here.
Ah, yes. So that means they either brought the power in from the other room and brought it across there, which I'm surprised, or they've actually spurred that off to take that to something on the outside. So I'll have a look on the outside wall and then see if they put something out there. Otherwise I can't. I tell you what that is. They have a habit. They've brought the power supply across the wall, stopped it where you are, and that then has come across to the ceiling light here. But they have a habit, they don't like to see just suddenly a stop of a conduit. So they would carry that, it's a wooden conduit, 2 slots for the obviously live and neutral, they don't do earth. That would carry it on to the end just to make it look neat. And that happens quite a lot actually. So there'll be nothing in there at all from where you are onwards. But okay, I'm going back to my floor and I'll leave you steaming.
Oh, can you not do my clearing out?
No. Au revoir. Right, so just thought I'd recap what I was saying in the room where Carole's stripping wallpaper about the conduit and the electrical supply. Actually up there, the whole length of the hall, and this is on all the other floors as well, they run all their live and neutrals through a wooden conduit. Actually, I mean, it's a really good system and I actually quite like it, but slowly I'm replacing that and running a 3-port cable because there's no earth in there at all. And here's an example of what I was saying to her. So it spurs in this corner up here on the door at the top. It's coming down through the conduit, which you can see the small pin nails in. And then it's coming to a plug socket there. So you can see if I try and zoom in a bit, they have these really just small slots just to run the cables down. But instead of the conduit just stopping there, like I was saying in the ceiling of the other room, to keep it nice and neat and trim, they're carrying it all the way down to the bottom of the floor. No cables in there at all, but clearly they just want it to look like it's part of it. Now I thought I'd show you the fuses that they use in the Chateau'S, and I think this would be common in all the old houses over in France. It's a porcelain fuse, and if I zoom in you can just about see it. So the love supply will go through that terminal. That actually is 2 fuses, so they're normally single, half the size of that, but this one's got 2 supplies going through. So it just relies on the old system where you just have literally a fuse wire, 16 amp I think, or 13 amp, and that will just blow. That is their fuse. Obviously something blows, you've got to find which one it is, whereas obviously nowadays I just go to the fuse box and I can see which line is blown. But that's what we're also slowly having to take out and replace.
Getting on with the ceiling, I have now washed and bleached the ceiling and also filled the cracks and put stain proof on obviously the stains that had come through from water damage before. It's looking 100 times better already. I haven't done this side of the wall on the left yet. I'm putting that off for as long as possible, see if I've got time to do it before Christmas. But the main one that I wanted to concentrate on was the wall where the bed will go up against, which will be this one. So I'm going to crack on and get some emulsion on the coving now. And then while that's drying, I can prepare these walls. So we just got one small part left to do on the coving. This is the second coat I've done, and I'm pretty sure that's all it's actually going to need. It's covering up quite well. The first coat I did with a thinner white emulsion, some French paint I had to buy because Richard messed up my order back in the summer, but it actually applies to the ceiling a lot better. But the second coat I'm using is trade emulsion, which is a lot thicker and it goes further. And it covers much better as well. You might think I'm holding the brush a bit awkwardly today. I've actually been painting for so long that my arm's hurting now and I've nearly lost grip in my hand. But that won't stop me carrying on. And then when this is finished and I've had a little break, I can then get the roller out and put the second coat on the ceiling. Not sure if it might need a third. We'll see how it dries.
Hello everyone.
I'm finished. That's the second coat on the coving done.
Well done.
I think that's all it needs. I've just literally finished the third coat on the ceiling, and I'm glad I went to the effort of putting up another coat because it looks miles better. I'd missed a few patches, I'll admit. We're not all perfect on the second coat, so that's all looking good now. And I'm hoping to get these walls lined this afternoon. Let's bring you round. People have mentioned that they like this pull down light from the ceiling. It's actually so old that it's stuck in position, so it doesn't actually work very well. But we have 2 of those, so we might use them in a different room together, maybe in the kitchen, maybe grease them up. Trouble is that the cables that come down, they're actually the lighting cables, electricity, So we had to be careful because they're quite brittle. Anyway, while I've been up here, I think Adrian's been down in the dining room. So I'll take you down there. We don't actually spend much time together during the day. He does his job, I do mine. We meet up at 12 for our coffee break and croissant. So I'll just take you down there. It's a bit of a chilly day today, so we usually tend to keep as many of the shutters closed as we can, because at the front of the chateau it's the north side and the drafts do come in. So as you can see, shutters are kept closed unless we're expecting visitors. But I can see some sunlight coming through here, so Adrian must have the doors open. Oh. Well, he's not in there. Oh, there you are.
Hello, everyone. Yes, here I am, stuck in my joist.
Well, this is actually our original kitchen where we started off when we moved into the chateau. As you can see now, we have the new floor that he's put down. It's turned into Adrian's workshop temporarily. Still no ceiling. But he's not been a happy man this week, have you, darling?
No, not yesterday, not after my, yes.
He started off with...
My saw broke on me yesterday, completely kabutt. It's a real shame actually, because that's the tool I use probably more than anything. I did contact Watt actually to see if they'd help us out and do a sponsor, but no luck, no reply. So last night I had a fly out and buy myself, well, Christmas present by the sounds of it. Yes, a new mitre saw, so I can crack on with these joists and get this finished today so that we can spray it again with some more treatment before then I put the board in and the insulation down. So I'm that close to finishing the flooring in the dining room.
And how's your tooth today? Because he woke up with major toothache yesterday, so we were running around trying to find a dentist.
I've realised that tooling is probably better spent than on teeth. So
you mean the money?
I'm going to ignore the tooth for the moment till after Christmas, and the moment I'm going to spend the money on tools because it's Black Friday. Although there's no deals, and France don't seem to like doing French deals.
So what's happening with this old one that's all knackered?
I took it apart last night, as you know. Took out the motor. It's the braking system that it just won't run it, so it constantly trips the fuse. It has done it before. I managed to clean it up. This time, it doesn't want to know. So I haven't got time to keep taking it apart, keep trying to sort it. It's better for me to get a new one and crack on with this bloody flooring.
And every time you used it yesterday, when I was up the ladder, the fuses kept tripping, so I couldn't see what I was doing.
Exactly, it's overloading, yes. So yeah, put it aside, haven't got time, crack on. In fact, actually, I'm really pleased with this new one. It's actually, I feel, it's better than the DeWalt actually. Easier, and with this one I can run a lot larger timbers with the side system. So yes, but it wasn't cheap, was it? So Merry Christmas.
Is that my present as well?
Yes, you can have the slide bit. Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, do you know how to use it?
That'd be funny.
Yes, it's all up here.
I'd prefer the saw, to be honest.
Yeah, so get that finished. And happy days. Oh, you're careful. You stand as if there's a 4 metre drop here, so I'm sort of walking around on the odd boards while I'm working. And then you might even be able to get in here and start doing some bits. Get the parquet down before Christmas if we're lucky.
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we'll all be in the kitchen for Christmas dinner.
We will. The only problem I've got to then sort after that is the chimney. Sorry, the fireplace. But if we put a log burner in there, it may not be as big an issue once I get flue down the chimney. As you can all see.
Yeah, it's not looking too hopeful though, is it?
We'll see, you never know. Might be able to. It's not too far off, and as I said, if we're not going to use it as a real fireplace, might get away with what it is at the moment. But we'll take a little bit of advice on that, I think.
And as you can see in the hallway, we're using some of the rolls of insulation that Adrian overcounted on as insulation for the windows.
Insulate the windows. I'm all for insulation, more the better. You never have enough, you need more the merrier.
Just to put another smile on your face, it's nearly croissant and coffee time.
Oh, good. A well-deserved.
Although, they're not exactly the best thing for your tooth, are they?
I'll eat on the other side. Bloody, with almond croissants, I'll put it through a flipping shredder and have it like that if I have to. Right. Oh, there's a cat lurking around somewhere.
The cat? Idiot.
She's not scared of heights, is she?
She's just dumb.
She's enjoying the lovely sunshine we have today.
Is this safe?
She might bring us back some dinner if we're lucky.
Dear. See, Adrian's decided to use some of the old joists to prop up the terrace, just to hold it in position so it doesn't get any worse. Obviously, we'll have to deal with that at some other point. And it's also the same on the other side here.
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I'm really sorry that we haven't really been around much recently. As I said in my recent post, I've just had so many deadlines at university, I just really haven't had the time to do the editing. So nothing's gone wrong at the chateau, everything's perfectly fine and is swimming along like usual. It is just down to me doing the editing, just unfortunately haven't had time. But we should be completely back to normal now, so hopefully we will get a video out on Sunday and Wednesdays like usual. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave us a like and subscribe and maybe a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.